I've got a quick video today because I want to show you something that I think is possibly the most underrated combo of the season. Look at that grenade energy comeback, absolutely nuts. I'm going to break it down and show you all about it. It's about this helmet, Fallen Sunstar. Ionic traces you'll create move faster and grant you additional ability energy, and it also works for your nearby allies, so you get absolutely massive chunks of your ability energy back. This is how it works. If you watch that Ionic trace come back, and you'll see how much grenade energy it gives you back just from one trace. It's absolutely crazy. Huge chunks, roughly about 20% per trace, and it works for your teammates as well. 20-25%, something like that. It's absolutely fantastic helmet for the Warlock. There's been loads of builds on this over the last sort of season, the Arc Warlock, Fallen Sunstar builds, but one of the weapons that works absolutely insanely well with this is the Bequest Sword from the DSC. They've got re-brought back into the loot pool, craftable, and they also got an origin trait put on there called the Great Inheritance. Dealing damage regenerates a small amount of ability energy. I did do a video on this a couple of days ago, but I wanted just to go over it again because this combo is crazy. Now what happens when you've got something like Chain Reaction? Chain Reaction, each final blow with this weapon creates an elemental damage explosion. That actually procs the Great Inheritance perk. If you just keep an eye on that bottom left, watch my grenade energy come back. That on top of the Fallen Sunstar helmet with all them Ionic traces that you're getting back. This combo is absolutely nuts. Honestly, you're going to get grenade energy back so quick. You're going to have Ionic traces coming out your ass. You're going to have jolting targets left, right and centre. Also, I've got some fragments to show you as well, and you're also going to be creating loads and loads of orbs for you and your teammates. And not only that, with the Fallen Sunstar, you are going to be helping your teammates as well get their ability energy back. So this combo is absolutely crazy. And on top of that, obviously as well, we're on the Arc subclass, so we can buff it out with some aspects and fragments as well. Electrostatic Mind is an absolutely brilliant one to run. Defeating targets with arc abilities or defeating jolted or blinding targets creates an Ionic trace. That's what you need for your Fallen Sunstar. And then on top of that, you got your Flashbang Grenade, because you want your Flashbang Grenade with Electrostatic Mind on this setup, because you're going to be constantly blinding and jolting things with Spark of Shock, because your arc grenades jolt targets, so you're always going to be jolting, you're always going to be blinding, taking advantage of that Electrostatic Mind. And on top of that as well, we're going to be able to create an absolute crap ton of orbs for your teammates with Spark of Amplitude, because you're always going to be amplified, and with your sword or whatever other weapons you use, you're going to create loads of orbs of power for your teammates on top of everything else that you've already seen. And then because we're running a sword, we may as well run Spark of Resistance, get that extra resistance while you're surrounded. The whole little setup is absolutely nuts. Loads of ability regen back, you're going to help your teammates out, deal with enemies, deal with big groups of enemies like so with that Chain Reaction, and your Fallen Sunstar Ionic traces are just going to help you out massively for loads and loads of ability regen. It's absolutely crazy. Arc Warlocks have had a lot of stick, which I understand. The super isn't that good, but you can always run something like Lucian Finisher as well if you don't fancy using the super. I do find the super damage on the Arc Warlock a little bit lackluster, but for ad clearance, I really believe they are top tier for ad clearance, and this sort of setup just amplifies that, how good they are for ad clearance, especially with the Arc 3.0 setup. So it's absolutely nuts. Like literally you're running around, you're amplified, you're blinding everything, you're jolting everything infinitely, you're just having loads and loads of ability energy back. On top of that, you've got your Arc Souls on top of that as well. So everything working together, and it's just such a top tier sort of setup for ad clearance. So that's the setup. I can't leave a dim link, unfortunately, as the API is down again, but hopefully on Tuesday when this is back up, I will leave a dim link for this setup. I hope you enjoyed this little setup. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.